Welcome back to the curious journey where stories from long ago still hit differently today. Last time we talked about Nehemiah and how he showed us that courage, faith, and taking small, consistent steps can rebuild what seems absolutely impossible. If you missed it, definitely go check that out. Now let's journey to ancient Persia and meet a girl whose life went from 0 to 100 real quick. Esther starts out as an ordinary girl. She's an orphan raised by her loving cousin Mordecai, just trying to live a quiet life under foreign rule. Life is predictable, it's safe. Until the king decides he needs a new queen. Suddenly, a nationwide search is on. Out of hundreds of young women, Esther is chosen. Imagine that one day you're just living your life, and the next you're in the palace being crowned queen. Her quiet existence is replaced by a stage of power, influence, and immense risk. But here's the thing about power, it always comes with responsibility, and sometimes it comes with danger. Enter Haman, the king's top advisor and the villain of our story. Full of pride and prejudice, he cooks up a wicked plan to completely annihilate all the Jews in the kingdom, including Esther and her cousin Mordecai. At this point, fear could have easily paralyzed Esther. Staying silent could have saved her own life, but it would have meant the destruction of her entire people. This is where her cousin Mordecai drops one of the most iconic lines ever. He tells her, "Who knows if perhaps you were made queen for just such a time as this?" That hits hard, right? The choice is hers: step up and risk everything, or play it safe and watch her people perish. Esther's response is a masterclass in courage and strategy. She doesn't just rush in with emotions flying. First, she asks her people to fast and pray with her for 3 days. She unites them in spirit before taking a single step. Then, she bravely approaches the king, an act that could have cost her her life. She doesn't just blurt out the problem. She strategically hosts two banquets, creating the perfect moment to expose Haman's evil plot. Her wisdom, her faith, and her patience turn a potential catastrophe into a stunning victory. Esther's story shows us that perfect timing is often God's timing, not ours. She used her position, her influence, not for herself, but to speak truth courageously and save others. Because of her actions, the Jews are saved, Haman's plot is completely overturned, and her people are restored. Her bravery created a legacy, reminding us that one voice, used wisely, can change the course of history. Looking at Esther through our modern lens, she feels so relatable. She's like any of us today, an ordinary person suddenly faced with an extraordinary choice. Her story shows that courage isn't always a loud roar. Sometimes it's the quiet resolve to show up when it's risky. It reminds us that real influence isn't about a title or a crown. It's about using whatever you have right where you are to protect, inspire, and lead. Whether you're in Kenya or Kansas, Esther's spirit whispers to us: speak up against injustice, use your privilege to lift others, and trust the process, even when it's terrifying. True bravery is often quiet, calculated, and life saving. Thanks for wandering through the story of Esther with me today. Next time, we're diving into the world of Job, where patience and faith are tested like never before. Until then, keep your heart steady and your faith loud. See you then.